everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk you through flying with a baby. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Gemma and we've been spending a few months of my maternity leave achieving some of our travelling goals. And today is our last trip before I return to work. So in this week's video, we'll be showing you how to fly with a baby. Good morning, it's travel day. Today we officially leave for Dubai. It is 5:15. We've been awake since 4:30. Just trying to get everything ready and then we'll wake George at 5:30. Feed him, and then the taxi should be here at 6 o'clock. I always try to feed George before we leave the house and head to the airport. Now, it doesn't always have to be your normal sized feed, but any feed's better than none. And that's just because of delays and how long it might take for you to get into the check-in, or if you're travelling during peak times or a morning rush hour traffic, then what you might think will be a half an hour to 45-minute journey can often end up being 2 hours. And the last thing you want is to be in the queue at the airport and then your baby starts kicking off and saying that they're hungry and then you need to then leave the queue. So the easiest thing to do is to feed them or offer them a feed before you leave the house, just so that way you know that you've got a window of time to play with, to get everything sorted, and then you can go ahead and give them a proper feed or another little top-up feed when you're at the airport. I just took you through our luggage because it looks like we've got a lot, but if I just show you, so I have got my hand luggage and I take onto the plane with me. Again, I really enjoy this bag because it's got the handles on so I can pick it up when I choose to. And just to keep things simple, I always beforehand stick everything in a Ziploc bag, so when I'm going through security and holding George, or I've got George to contend with, it's much easier to do that. This is George's check-in bag. Now, it's a really big bag because we bottle feed, so therefore I need to have like 3 or 4 bottles. Got your nappies, spare change of clothes. In the side pocket again I've just got toys, and then I'll just show you this. This is our pre-made milk. So you just bought these from the supermarket, and there's no legal limit in the UK to how much you can take. So we take enough with us for all the flights. And on this trip, I think in total there's 8 flights. So they're really handy. Again, just have everything in a Ziploc bag so that when you get to the airport, security can just pick them up and try and get through there as smoothly as possible. Nathan's bag. We always take a car seat with us. I know that the rules are different in Thailand and Cambodia, like Southeast Asia, in terms of carrying your baby in a car. But obviously we have to get to the airport, and you can take and check in your baby car seat and a pram for free. So sometimes it's just worth taking that, just for security and for safety. And then we've got my bag and Nathan's bag and the pram. So it seems like a lot. But it's all got a purpose, I promise. But you know, I've seen videos about people packing all these things onto little suitcases, which we've tried to do, and this is kind of what it ends up for us. But we're used to it by now, so there's a rhythm, there's a groove, which we'll show you when we get to the airport. So we just got to the airport at 5:02, just about to check all of our stuff in. So usually you have to check in the car seat, but because my rucksack is an odd shape and it's not a suitcase, then we have to go and check it in with the baggage inspection. Hello! Let's go through security. So normally we would get to go through the family express lane or the priority lane because we've got George. But because we're flying out of a different terminal for us, she sent us to a different area because the pram has to go through security at a different section, and I hope that this is not our queue here. This is new.
Well, I've never been on this terminal.
No.
Come on, Lily.
Go on, Lily.
Go on. So we've just made it through security, but now we're approaching nap time. So as you can hear, there's a lot of noise going on. So we're going to try to find our gate, find somewhere quiet, and then try and encourage George to have a nap. What will happen and tends to happen is that babies get really overstimulated in the airport, and if your baby won't sleep when it's their normal nap time, don't worry about it. Just try and find somewhere quiet. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of light. So near the gates tend to be quite quiet, and there'll be a member of staff hanging around there, and just ask them and they'll direct you to somewhere. So that's what we're going to try and do now.
Sefer sayılı Thomas.
We're due to board in 10 minutes, and I always like to try and do a nappy change before we get on the plane. And that's just because boarding's an hour, and then there could be delays, and then you can't get up from your seat until the light goes off. So you could be looking at an hour and a half. So we're on board now, so I'll just quickly show you how we feed George, and we're just going to try to feed him just before we take off. So we've got our thermos flask here, and literally we've got a bottle that I've pre-made. So this is just one of those Aptamil pre-made bottles. I've just emptied it into a sterilised baby bottle that I brought from home, and I'm just going to pop it in here, and I'm just going to add hot water, and then in 2 or 3 minutes it'll be ready. And that's kind of how you can feed a baby on a plane, mess free. So we've got good leg room here for George to play in.
Hi, George.
Oh, going for the handshake. Oh, George.
So we've just been given 2 baby packs, which have got baby wipes in and some moisturiser. You want to play that? There you go, good boy. And then just been given a jungle themed baby blankets, which is cool because George of the jungle. Okay, so Emirates is like the gift that keeps on giving, so we've got lots of free stuff. And then we just talked to one of the flight attendants, and we obviously explained that we were weaning. I think it's really good to make friends with them, and just giving us some baby food for the weaning. And she also had baby milk as well, so I guess if you ever get stuck on one of your flights, perhaps you could ask, or if you've got any accents or your baby's still hungry. But yeah, one of my main tips when flying is always to make friends with the flight attendants, because they're the people that help you, will rescue you, and just kind of be that encouragement and that positivity if you're having a really bad flight. One of the main questions that I get asked when I'm speaking to other mothers about travelling or flying with baby is about the nappy change. So as you can see, it's really not that big. There's no mat or anything like that, and there's no clip or fasten on, which there would normally be if you were in a public restroom or toilets. So for me, you stand here, you just got to kind of lock him in. This is changing a nappy whilst in the aeroplane toilet.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, as we're passing through an area of turbulence, may I please ask you to return to your seat and fasten the seatbelt. Please do not use lavatories of the grid tab and remove babies from the baby button. Thank you.
We had a spillage. Jeans are ruined. George is currently having a nap. Now, it's not actually his nap time, but because of the time we arrive in Dubai, we're just letting him sleep a little bit so we can try to manipulate him to try and avoid jet lag. And we thought that this was going to be a really, really bad flight, but it's actually gone quite well, and I think that's because the plane is not full. So there's not anyone next to us here, there's nobody there, so we've had the full row to ourselves. The plane itself is half empty, so George can go up and down the aisles, and the staff are a little bit more attentive. So I'm sure that the next flight that we go on, which will be to Bangkok, probably won't be as good as this one. But yeah, it's not too many differences aside from just wanting to move about or whatnot. So it's gone well, thankfully. Made it to Dubai. Last off always. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is one of those situations where you don't get your pram when you come straight off. We have to go and collect it with the luggage, so now we'll have to carry George all the way through security, through customs, and then to our luggage. And if your child is anything like George, he's heavy. Emergency nappy change, an 8-hour flight, no poos. As soon as you step off the plane, poo. So we've got everything, so now we need a cash machine and or find a taxi, and then it's a 45-minute drive to our friend's appointment. Thanks for watching. We hope that you found this video useful. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, please give this video the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and so you get notified every time we release a new video. Bye.